You've been told to sit with your emotions, but when you try, your brain instantly takes over. You start analyzing, naming, labeling, thinking, and before you know it, you're not feeling your feelings at all. You're thinking about them. If this sounds like you, you're in the right place. Because today, I'm gonna show you how to actually feel a feeling without getting stuck in your head. I'm Emily, a conscious confidence and inner critic coach who works with millennial women raised by boomer parents. In my work, I help you to reconnect with your voice, your body, and your real feelings so you can stop only intellectualizing them and start fully trusting yourself again. Let's dive in. Okay, what does feeling a feeling actually mean? In my world, feeling a feeling is simply noticing the experiences and the sensations in and around your body. That's it. We often overcomplicate things by wanting to apply labels. Is it anxiety? Is it fear? Is it dread? Don't get me wrong. There are instances where naming emotions can be super helpful. But sometimes it just creates more distance, especially if you begin to use that logic to override what your body is actually trying to say. So instead of going to the color wheel of emotions, let's go straight to your unique inner experience. Step one is to set an intention. And trust me when I say this is the most important part. Before you feel anything, make this your foundation. All of my feelings are always allowed. That one sentence can literally change everything. A lot of us struggle to feel because we've been taught or conditioned to think that many of our emotions are too much or too dramatic or not okay to even have in the first place. So let me be crystal clear. Your feelings are always valid. Always. They don't make you bad or broken, and they don't require any action or for you to do anything, which is one of the reasons why so many of us struggle to allow them in the first place. Think of them as information, data, if you will, from your inner world. That's it. Step two is to get curious about the experience or the sensation. This is key. And notice how I didn't say feeling. So many people talk about feelings as only the things that you can name or label. Fear, dread, anxiety. But what about those moments when there's literally not a label that can encapsulate what's going on for you, but you know you are feeling something? With the cues that I'm about to give you, that's never a problem because you're looking for the physical sensation or the experience, not the label. It doesn't have to fall into a pretty box. So when you know you need to dig a little bit deeper into what's going on inside that meat sack of yours that we call the human body, do this. Ask yourself, what do I notice going on in my body right now? Are there any physical sensations that I can tune into? Take a few inhales and exhales and let the requirement that what you're experiencing has to fall into something that you've already predetermined go, and just let your body speak. If it helps, you can also try this. If the sensation that I'm having had a color, what would that color be? If this sensation that I'm having had a shape, what would the shape be? A temperature, a movement, a vibration, or a direction? You don't have to analyze or add meaning to any of these. Just see what shows up for you. In these moments, you're becoming a compassionate witness to yourself and your experiences, which is a skill that can be learned and literally one of the best things that you can do for yourself. Also, if you want to go deeper with this exercise in particular, check the link below and grab my free guide where I walk you step by step through exactly how to do this on your own time. Check the link below for immediate access. So let's move on to step three, and that is to safely express what's going on inside. If the feeling has a pulse, it probably wants to move. And that's where expression comes in. Before we go there though, I need to make this super important disclaimer that expression is never about hurting yourself or hurting anyone else, ever. You're not acting out. You're letting the energy that's within you move safely through sound or movement. or words. Here's how you're gonna do that. After you've identified the physical sensation or experience happening inside of you, you're gonna ask, if this sensation or experience had a sound, what would it be? And can I make that now? If I could describe this experience with a facial expression, can I do that now? What movement, big or small, would allow me to more fully embody what's happening inside me? Can I safely describe what's going on with movement and then let the expression unfold? Stay with it for a few moments. Watch it internally until you feel some sort of shift. Maybe it's a breath, or maybe something just feels different in your body. And that brings us to step 4. This is one of my favorite parts. It's integration. It's coming back to yourself with this new data, this new information. Once you've allowed what needed to move, what needed to be expressed, take a moment, sit with yourself. Ask yourself if you need anything in that moment. A walk, a sip of water, a nap maybe, and if you're able to, please give it to yourself. Then when you're ready, slowly return to your thinking mind. You might feel called or inspired to jot down anything that came to you during that experience, not as a way to report on what happened, but just as a way to note and take stock of something that may be different, and as a way to fully honor that process. Most of us weren't taught how to actually honor our feelings. We were taught how to push them aside, or to walk over them, or to pretend that they didn't even exist in the first place. So coming back to this space can be huge. Hopefully with this exercise, you've realized that feeling your feelings doesn't mean fixing anything, at least not in that moment that you're taking the space to feel. It's actually more about meeting yourself, about getting to know yourself without judgment, and to more fully and honestly show up for yourself, maybe in ways that no one else in your life ever had or has before. And the more that you do that, the more trust you build with yourself, the more of a relationship that you build with yourself. If you want the audio version of that exact exercise where I walk you through the steps that we covered in this video, check the notes below. And thanks so much for watching. Leave a comment below. I'm genuinely curious to know how this process went for you, and I'm happy to answer any questions that come up as you run through it on your own. See you next time. Speak your truth.